This video can make you very rich. All the newspapers and news channels are talking about IPOs. Everybody in your office is waiting to place their bids on SBI Cards, LIC, Burger King India. And you still have no clue what the big deal is. Which is why I am here. After talking to a few financial advisors and a couple of friends, I now know that this is a golden opportunity that I should not let go. And today I'm going to share with you everything that I've learned. So in today's video, we're going to see what is IPO and how does it benefit you. 3 simple steps to apply for an IPO through Zerodha. But most importantly, towards the end, I'll give you a bonus tip so that you don't lose all of your money in the stock market, which is frankly the #1 worry of all of us Indians. But before that, if you like my work, don't forget to hit that like button because it tells me that I should make more videos. Let's begin. IPO stands for Initial Public Offering. Long story short, if a company files for an IPO, it means that it is offering few of its shares to general public like you and me to buy. A share is a unit that represents part ownership in a company. Suppose you and I own the shares of a company, and if that company does well in the future and as a result its share prices also increases, then you and I will make money without even doing anything. Now the reason why everybody is talking about IPOs is because our government has decided that it will offer shares of IRCTC, LIC and SBI cards to general public. And we the public think that if we get those shares, it will make us a lot of money. And we are not wrong, because in October 2019, the people who bid for IRCTC's IPO and got them had their money doubled in just one day. So if you also want to make money like that, then you first need to understand these 5 things that happen during an IPO. Number 1, marketing and PR. The company that is going to file for an IPO uses TV, media, newspapers to make the public aware of its IPO offering. And that is why everybody starts talking about it. Number 2, price band fixing. Now the company that decides to file for an IPO also decides its price band. For example, between 100 rupees to 130 rupees and gives it to the public. Now the public decides which price between this price band is fair and places a bid. According to the latest news, SBI Cards price band is between 750 rupees to 755 rupees. Number 3, book building. Finally, a booking window is open, which is around 3 days, during which people like you and me can bid for these shares within that price point. For example, SBI Cards booking window has been declared between March 2nd to March 5th, 2020. I'm going to show you how to place your bid in just a minute. Number 4, closure. This is when the booking window gets closed and the final price point is decided, which is usually the price at which maximum bids have been received and the shares get allotted. And finally is the listing day. This is when the company gets listed on the stock exchange and is open for people to trade. Even if some terms didn't make sense to you, don't worry. I'm going to show you exactly how you can place your bid. Now I know that everybody is asking you to place your bids on LIC. But remember that investment in the securities market is subject to market risk. So be it LIC, SBI Cards, Burger King India or whatever, it is important that you do your own research before you buy a share of a company or place a bid on its IPO. If you want to know how to do that research, then check out these 2 stock market videos that are there on our channel. Their links are in the description. Now here are the 3 simple things that you need to do to apply for an IPO through Zerodha. Step number 1 is obviously to open your Demat account. In fact, I've got a sweet deal for you. If you use the link in the description and open an account with Zerodha, then you will receive these free trading and investment courses. All you need to do is use the link in the description, pay 200 and get done with your account opening. And ask the Zerodha team to send you the training material. Step number 2, set up your UPI ID. Why? Because currently you can place your bids through bank/apps that support IPO applications through UPI ASBA. Relax, it is a good thing because in ASBA, an IPO applicant's account, which means your account, does not get debited unless the shares get allocated to you. You can find out if your bank app supports it, or simply download the BHIM app and set up your UPI ID by mapping it to your bank account. And step number 3 is to finally place your bids. Now when the booking window opens, this is what you need to do. After you're done with your account opening, Zerodha will send you your Kite login details, which is their trading platform. Now log into Kite using your login details and click on the account tab that is there on the extreme right. Now click on console. Once console is loaded, click on the menu icon on the top right. Now select portfolios and then select IPO. Right now it says no active IPOs found because right now when I'm shooting this, the booking window is not open. But when it is open, this is what you will see. You will see a list of IPOs like this that are active. Select the IPO that you want to place a bid on. For example, let's assume you want to place a bid on SBI Card or LIC. Then click on the bid button next to it. Enter the UPI ID that you have set as discussed in step number 2 and hit verify. In this drop down, select if you are an individual investor or a shareholder. If you haven't bought any shares of the parent company, then it's best to select individual investor. Now on the left hand side, you will be able to see the details of the IPO. Important thing to note here is the issue price, which is the price range we discussed earlier. You can choose to place your bid in between this price range. Minimum quantity is the minimum number of shares you must apply for. Over here it says 400. So you can apply for 400 shares or multiples of it. By the way, the minimum quantity or the lot size of SBI Cards has been declared as 19. So you can apply for 19 shares or its multiples like 19, 38, 57 and so on. Now instead of selecting your own price, it's a best practice to just check this box that says cutoff price, because then the possibility of you getting those shares increases. On the bottom right, you will see total payable amount, which is the amount that will get blocked under your name. After placing your bid, click on that checkbox after reading all the necessary documents, red herring prospectus, and then hit submit. After doing this, immediately go to your UPI app. Let's assume it's BHIM app, and then click on proceed. And that's it. Congratulations, you've applied for an IPO. And in your bank account, that amount gets blocked for these shares. Now what if there are less shares but too many people who have applied for it? This scenario is called oversubscription. In this case, whether or not the shares get allotted to you is based on your luck. But don't worry, because of ASBA, unless the shares are allotted to you, that amount will not be deducted from your bank account. Now whether or not you will get these shares is based on your luck. But here are a few things that you can do to increase your chances. Number 1, apply on the first day itself, because in case there are any technical issues on the platform, then you wouldn't want to miss out on it after waiting till the 3rd day. The Demat account opening also takes 24 to 48 business hours. So open your Zerodha account and keep it ready before the booking window opens, because this year a lot of companies are filing for their IPO. Number 2, instead of placing multiple bids through the same account, place one bid through multiple accounts like your spouses, moms, dads, siblings, because then your possibility of getting the shares in one of these accounts increases, because IPO allotment happens per PAN card. And number 3, you remember there was a drop down that said individual investor and shareholder. Some people apply as a shareholder from one broker and then as an individual investor from another broker. In this case, there are chances that your bid might get cancelled. So keep it simple. Now, before I give you the bonus tip, another simple way to increase your wealth is to subscribe to my channel and hit that bell icon, because I make career and finance videos regularly. Also, if you want friendly reminders about which IPO booking window is opening next, then follow me on Instagram, because I keep posting financial news in my stories regularly. Nobody else can make your stock market decisions for you. Not your parents, not your stockbroker, and definitely not me. Yes, stock markets are risky. But how long will you survive from one paycheck to the other? At some point, you need to stop worrying about money and focus on creating new things, travel, social service, or just finding work that makes you happy. And the only way to do that is to use your money to make more money. So today's bonus tip is this: become financially literate. Read as much as you can about stock markets, mutual funds, IPOs, so that you learn how to identify good companies and invest in their shares or IPOs. That is the only way to reduce risk and generate long-term wealth using stock market. On that note, you go learn more, and I'll go and work on my next video. And a quick reminder, if you want to open your Demat account through Zerodha, then don't miss this opportunity to use the link in the description and open your account to get your free trading and investment courses. I promise to see you again in the next video. Until then, keep fighting the urban fight to be financially fit.